You're very welcome back here to Carrick Park in Moville for the second half of this exciting Joe McGeady under-14 Inishowen League final between Buncrana and Carndonagh. There's 4 points between the teams here. 4 points between the teams. Buncrana in the ascendancy there. It's 3-4 to 2-3 here. We had 2 black cards early on in the game. It's the story of the first half. A couple of fortunate goals for each team. But overall, the standard football has been very good. And here we go. Sean McDade's the ball in the air again. And it's won by Kieran McNulty here from the break. Lays it off to Billy Duffy. Turns onto his right foot. He's been tackled high. Advantage been given here. He's lost control of it, but it's back in that big man, Donald O'Brien's hands again. He's taken it too many steps this time for sure. Free been given out here now to Carndonagh. Again, Sean McDade very consistent. Superb bit of refereeing so far. Ball's laid off here.
Yeah, that's Jamie Tolan. Jamie Tolan, who started the game very well, probably went a bit quiet then the last 10 minutes of the half. But there's Daniel McDade bursting out of defence. Daniel's a full-back. And then onto Cormac again. Sean O'Carroll. Sean, who's moved out of defence into the attack for the second half. He's passed the ball on to Senan Grant. And Senan gives it out to Alton McDermott. Alton passes it on to Josh Clark. And he comes in. Or Tiernan Kelly. Tiernan Kelly gives a shot. Unfortunately drops wide. Josh Clark wasn't able to keep the ball in.
It's good football again out of defence there from Carndonagh, and they smell blood every time they turn the ball over there against Buncrana. Very good at attacking from defence right out. Big Owen Doherty kick out here, out to the right side of the half back line. Donald O'Brien blocked, superbly blocked by Big Jamie. Picked up again by Donald, and he's driving forward. And it's a late one again. It's another free from Big Jamie. He needs to be careful. He's on a yellow here. And again, it's another slap, but this time the ref's not giving anything. And Carndonagh retained the ball. Carndonagh moving the ball down the left side here now. Ball played across the centre, but it's a loose one. It's picked up by Kieran McNulty. Let's see what Buncrana can do from here. Donald again has it. And he's given the free, Sean, and the centre must have been a late tackle on Kieran McNulty. I didn't quite see. Buncrana boys have backs to the ball here. Not much movement here from the half forward line. Sean McDade just having a word with Donald O'Brien, who wasn't happy that he didn't get a free there earlier on. Some hefty challenges coming in. Karen obviously recognised the danger this man poses. He has a black card himself, so he needs to be careful and stay on the field for Buncrana's sake, I would safely say. Good contest here between Billy Duffy, and the ball's still free. Just seen as incidental by Sean McDade. Billy Duffy drives forward, another man coming across to tackle him. He's holding him out well. Good defending again by Carndonagh. He's sort of no support here. Ross Rowe in now into the play. Lays the ball out to Dylan Mulholland. Ships over to his left side. Turns again onto his right. Beautifully blocked. Brilliantly blocked. Great defending again by Carndonagh. Ball's off the ground. Super defending by Carndonagh again. Big number 3's on the move. Yeah, back out the field here. Elliot Fields picking him up.
Fantastic block there, Cormac again. Basically, Buncrana had the ball, and they thought they had a very good chance of a point, and a couple of great blocks by the Cairn team, but especially Cormac again there on that one.
It's Cormac McLaughlin prominent in the first half, and starting this second the way he finished. And this is a shot. Oh, it's well wide there, but it was again a turnover in the Cairn defence, straight down the field. It just goes to show the importance of this level of killing the ball at either side, and that's a big wide there for Carndonagh. But again, their pace and their movement and their strength coming out of defence is there to be seen.
Yeah, Cairn seem to be less defensive in this half. They're pushing forward, trying to keep Buncrana on, and they're doing very well on it as well. So they're on the attack again.
Yeah, they're on the attack. Ball played down the centre here. 1 man a mark. Not claimed and half blocked, but it still made it over the bar, right over the black spot.
That's Caleb Kelly again. Again, he has been Cairn's top scorer probably for the whole season, being the free taker, but also from play, and a fantastic claim in the middle of the field by Shagan Doherty, who played it into Callum and he put the ball in the back of the net, over the bar. So a fantastic score.
No communication there by the Buncrana. 3 men could have won that ball, but it's Cairn have it, and they've won a free on the right side of midfield here. Buncrana just gone to sleep there for a couple of minutes there now. Let's see if they can come back from this little dip that they're having at the minute. And again, Cairn in possession. Ball played down the right wing. Park McGonigal out in front of his man. claims it well, drives down the centre, lays it into Andrew Davidson, takes a touch, steps inside again. A number of Cairn men coming to challenge him. Aidan Mulholland is back out, and he retains possession again. It's slow and ponderous here by Buncrana, and it's great defending. Super tackle again from the Cairn half-back line. It's Cormac McLaughlin again, and it's back to Kieran McNulty. Still Buncrana going nowhere here on this left side. They need to spread the ball and get a bit of width into the game. They're going to run out of room out this end. Devin McCarran has it and he's under pressure. They need to come across. The ball does eventually come across. Paul Jackson has it in his hands. Has he got support? Into the centre, Darren McColgan going through the middle, steps out to the left on his left foot, strikes it beautifully over the bar. Patience by Buncrana and well retained.
Dylan Mulholland. It was Dylan Mulholland that popped that one over the bar. Great bit of play by Dylan and stuck it off his left foot. Very good point.
Fair play to JG. He's starting to fail me in the dark here. Well retained by Buncrana. Good patience. Good kick out here again. And it's not claimed by Cairn. And Elliot Friel's going through the centre. Strong fella. Steps back inside. He's overcarried nearly. I'd say that was close to it there. Billy Duffy plays it off his left foot. Right foot to Ross Rowe. Ross Rowe Doherty here. Superb hurler too. Picks the ball up. He needs the support. He's bang out in the corner here. And ball's still in. It's still in. It's not out. He's doing well to retain possession. And it's won again by this Cairn defence. Superb defending again with Cairn forcing Buncrana into the corner. And then when the ball had to be played, and they're charging down the centre here again, but it's well covered this time by PJ Doherty. He retains it the second attempt, and he drives forward to number 13 for Buncrana. It's a bad hand pass though, and it's Cairn again, another turnover. And they're playing it now down through the centre here, down through the right of the centre of the field. Through the hands again, great support play by Carndonagh again. They're having a bit of joy down this right side. Big full forward has it here now. He's driving forward, lays the ball off. It's good defending now by Buncrana. They're gathering around there, and they have turned it over. Cairn man went to the ground there, and Sean deemed that he'd overcarried.
Yeah, I mean, probably unlucky, but basically the Cairn man went to ground a bit easily, I felt. So basically no problem over carrying the ball. Cairn were looking for a free earlier, but again, just tough tackling by the Buncrana defence. I wouldn't have felt it was a free anywhere there, but no, Buncrana did well. Cairn unlucky there. I thought they turned over the ball, but the ref gave a free for it.
Buncrana seem to have a tactic here of kicking the ball back to their goalkeeper from anywhere inside the 20 or 30 yard line, and they've won another free. I hope this one goes a bit more forward now. Half forward line, it's a bit static here for Buncrana. No wild options.
3 points.
What's in it now, James? It's 3-5 to 2-4 here at Carrick Park in this Joe McGiddy under 14 final. Bit of treatment here, I think it's for Pádraig McGonigal. Still 4 points in it. There hasn't been a score for a number of minutes. The last score was by young Mulholland now. The next one's going to be important. If Buncrana can stretch that lead again out to 4, 5, 6 points, and maybe get a bit of momentum again. They're getting the ball into their forward line. They seem to be choking it up again with a great defending by Carndonagh. So it'll be interesting to see how this attack goes now. It's with Andrew Davidson. Ships it into Shea Coyle, takes the return off him on the loop. Another advantage been given here by Sean McDade for a late hand in the tackle. The ball is going nowhere. They're going nowhere here in the middle of the field. It's Cairns. Look at that. It's almost a turnover. It is a turnover. If Pádraig McGonigal can get down on this, he can't. And Cairn are in if they can play the ball quick.
That's Conor McCluskey breaking through. He's just going around his man. He's in for a go. Oh, great defence by the Buncrana defence. Conor recycles back to Cormac McLaughlin. Cormac McLaughlin pops it over the bar. Good score, back to 3 points. Yeah, just like you were saying, Stephen, just Buncrana trying to play too much football in their defence, not moving it quickly enough, and Cairn managed to turn over, because I was said in the first half, forwards in both teams are tackling very well and doing very well at breaking down when the defences are trying to play the ball out.
Yeah, Buncrana guilty of being slow and ponderous on the ball there, and the hungrier half-backs or half-forwards in midfield from Carndonagh turned them over and they punished them. It could have been a goal chance. Buncrana managed to regroup slightly, and it's a good point. It's a good point and a punishing point there. The momentum goes back to Carndonagh here. Only a goal in it. It'll be interesting to see how Buncrana reacts if they do go behind in this game, which is A big kick out here into the middle of the field. A change of tact here from Buncrana goalkeeper. Breaks off Dylan Mulholland into the arms of Billy Duffy. The grateful arms of Billy Duffy. He's been held. Referee with advantage, puts a hand up for advantage. Number 12's coming back on to Billy. Billy still driving down the centre, lays the ball off to big Paul Jackson. Hand passes it over and intercepted again. Daniel McDade.
Cairn fullback. I mean, he's been fantastic all year, and he made a vital interception there, straight to Ryan Noon to Sean O'Carroll. Sean O'Carroll and here's Senan Grant pushing up the field, but unfortunately he lost the ball and Dylan Mulholland intercepted.
Elliot Friel stands over this free kick for Buncrana. Again, there is a lack of movement in that half forward line from Buncrana, I feel. Here comes now, saying that Dylan Mulholland takes a turn, wins possession here. Trying to go past young Grant. His father's Kevin, stalwart of the Burke Club for many a year. And he takes a strike and it's going to be short. Calvin has it in the goals. And he's looking out here to Cormac McLaughlin. And the referee's blowing the whistle here. He's having a chat here to Dylan Mulholland. I think Dylan could be booked here already. I'm not sure. I think they had words previously.
Could be a black card, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, wait to see what the ref comes up with. Like I say, we were following the play, so it must be something he said. Yellow card.
It's a yellow card, I must be mistaken. He must have spoken to him earlier but given him no card or nothing. Anyhow, now Carndonagh on the attack here and on the charge again, number 10.
Callum Kelly,
he's a real thorn in the side of this Buncrana defence. He's driving towards the goal here, he's retained possession. And he's just 3 yards from the goal, and Sean McDade has called it back for a free kick.
To be fair to Sean, I think Callum had over-carried there, so I think that's why he brought him back for a free kick, because it looked like he took too many steps. He didn't bounce or solo it there, so I think the ref brought him back, even though it looked like he was in for a goal. I think he was just bringing him back so that Karen would get a chance to score.
Yeah, that's a good spot, JJ, absolutely. Yeah, he did overcarry just at the last second, and it was cause for giving the free kick. Buncrana looking to make a change here. They've young Stephen McGonigal coming in for Paul Jackson here, coming into the corner forward position. That's 2 corner forwards Buncrana have changed here now in the game, which is testament to this full back line of Carndonagh, who have been dominant, it has to be said, over the course of the game to date. Let's see how Ross and Stephen here get on now in the corner of the attack now for Buncrana. There's a high ball. It should be Cairns because there's 2 men here. Oh, it's well held by Billy Duffy. Superb catch. He's got a man inside. He gets his head up. He's been chased down by 2 Cairn defenders. And he's won a free again. Shagan Doherty, yeah, number 12. Billy's getting on a wee bit more ball this half. Shagan has held him well up till now. Billy's a superb player from Buncrana, but he's not been as prominent as has in other games. Just step back here away from the floodlight. There's a bad ball again, given away by Buncrana half forward line.
Daniel McDade again, who's having a storming game.
Daniel McDade's reading it well here, and a super well taken hit there from Big Cormac again, and he's driving forward. He's getting good assist. He has it again. A couple of 1-2s being played here, and Carndonagh strong down the middle of this half. And Sean O'Carroll, and that's a superb point.
Cormac McLaughlin again. He's in the captain. He has been one of our top forwards all year. In fairness, he's a great man. Normally driving through the middle. He hasn't been doing as much of that during this game as he has been normally. But they're fantastic. 2 1-2s with Sean O'Carroll. Great layback from Sean, and he knocks it over from about 35 metres out. Very well played.
One of the scores of the day, and that means there's 1 point in this game. This exciting under-14 Joe McGeady Cup final here league final here in Carrick Park. Elliot Friel's Andrew Davison's after getting a yellow card. Not sure what that's for. May again be something he said, and if it is, it's not the first time here in Buncrana. Billy Duffy's won this kick out again off Dylan Mulholland. A break off Dylan Mulholland. Donald O'Brien, he's been quiet in the last 10 minutes. Has the ball again. Dylan Mulholland playing a bit of 1-2, steps inside. Back to Donald Ogue. If he gets round this man, they're in trouble here. Can they still have a one man back? And it's off the post. It could have went anywhere. It's come off the late. If it's laid back here, Dylan should be in for a score, and it's great defending again. But Buncrana have managed to squeeze it over the bar. Managed to squeeze it over. It's a good response there by the Buncrana team, who have conceded the last 2 or 3 scores, and that's 2 points between the teams here again.
Yeah, Billy Duffy's doing very well now in this second half. They seem to be targeting him from kickouts, and he seems to be catching a few of them. And in fairness, it was a good point. Did well to reclaim the ball after Donalogue hit at the post, and they did very well to get the point. And again, it was a vital point because, like you say, I think Carndonagh had the last 3 scores before that, so it was vital that Buncrana got back in the game.
That is a free. Yeah, that's a free. A superb fetch in the middle of the field there by young PJ Doherty. Superb fetch. He was definitely under pressure from a lot of bigger men, running away from the ball. Superb catch. He dropped it initially, but his tenacity there to win it back. Superb by the young man. Yellow card here for number 14 from Carndonagh. I'm not just keeping tabs on who's got what cards at the minute. Hopefully, I think everybody here wants to see the 30 men staying on the field for the remainder of this game, because it is an excellent, even contest, and it's been played in a very good spirit. There's a high hand pass in. Well cut out again by the Cairn defence.
Cormac again. Cormac's been excellent second half. He's really clean. Ross has come on and has Cormac really seems to have his measure, has caught 2 or 3 balls over him, so doing very well. Now, unfortunately, Cormac McLaughlin let go of the ball there and tried to find Sean O'Carroll bursting through the middle, but wasn't able to do so.
Stepping inside there by young Devin McCarran, and he's no fear, this young man anyhow. Superb Gaelic footballer, and in goes Dylan Mulholland charging forward, but again he's doubled up again. He's double teamed, 2 Cairn men facing him 11 and 8 forward. It's young Grant who's doing a good job on him so far. I don't think he scored too much. Ball laid out and back into the corner here. No support here from Buncrana. Devin McCarran's under pressure again from big Cormac McLaughlin. He's no support. Cian McNulty coming in to help him. Turns. Can they recycle this ball? Again, the Cairn defence is doing a great job keeping them out. Devin McCarran has it again here. Laid back out to Andrew Davison. He's heading for the corner again. Needs to recycle it in towards the centre of the pitch. Cian McNulty. Back again. A great defending, and the ball's laid out. It's not out. Play on. There's no flag. But the whistle's gone from Sean McDade. It's water break. I'm not sure what the decision was there, but the ball may well have been out.
Manus would never make a mistake, so we'll have to give the benefit of the doubt.
God bless the water break for these dodgy decisions. We'll restart, I believe, with a sideline ball for Cairn. There's 2 points in it here, just confirmed by our referee Sean McDade. An exciting, close contest. It is anybody's game at the minute, JJ, wouldn't you agree?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, Cairn seem to be more offensive in this half. They're doing a lot better. They had a number of chances breaking through the middle there, and I mean, if the pass had gone to hand, they would have been right through on goal. But they just haven't taken those opportunities yet. But if they keep working them, then the chances are that they will work them. Buncrana haven't been quite as attacking in this half, but when they do have the ball, definitely Billy Duffy and Dylan Mulholland in the half forward line are doing very well. And again, Donalogue seems to have died out of it in the middle of the field, but in fairness, Jamie Tolan's the same. The two of them seem to have given all that energy in the first half. Aren't quite as dynamic now as the game is going on. But no, it's a very good game, very even game, and like I say, only 2 points between the teams. And the only worry would be the light. There's no floodlights here, but they don't actually work yet. So I think they're in the process of being installed. So I think that's why the water breaks and everything else have been kept to a minimum to try and get the match finished before we finish up. The other worry would be that there won't be any light for extra time if they do end up level. They might end up with penalty shootout or something.
So there's 15 minutes to go here. In this Joe McGeady under 14 league final between 2 very evenly matched teams, Buncrana and Carndonagh. 2 points in it to Buncrana, but definitely Cairn in the ascendancy this half. Sideline ball. Sean O'Carroll. He's having a stormer this second half for Carndonagh. He's come out from full back position, and he wasn't favoured for that ball, but he made it his, and they've won the free. Something must have been said because Sean McDade's going to hop the ball. It's unfortunate for Cairn because young Sean O'Carroll did very well there. He's been very prominent in the second half. Him and Cormac McLaughlin are driving this Carndonagh team forward now. No talking there, but Elliot Field picks up the breaking ball from Donalogue, lays it out to Andrew Davison. They might have a step on here on Carndonagh if they get the heads up. Donald Mulholland's on the right hand side of Donalogue. He's only got eyes for one thing, and it's over the bar. No, it's blocked. Superb block again. Superb block.
Daniel McDade. Daniel's he's last year he was a goalkeeper for the Derry City under 13 team, but he's back playing Gaelic all this year, and Daniel has been outstanding all year. He really has been. I mean, a rocket full back, and that was a fantastic block there.
Fantastic block. The better option possibly for Donalogue there was Dillon on his right hand side. Probably had a better angle and less traffic to go through, but credit to Donalogue for having a crack at it. Credit to him. He's now taking this here 45. Slips just at the last second. It's broken kindly by Buncrana. That's a foot block, but it's not deliberate by any means. The ball's laid out. The ball's in the net. It's squeezed in there somehow by PJ Doherty. Somehow by PJ Doherty from a poor 45, an unfortunate slip by Donalogue O'Brien, which has resulted in the ball ending up in the net there, fortunately for Buncrana.
Yeah, just very. Look, I mean, that's the way sometimes these things happen, you know. He was lucky to slip, and as it turned out.
Leave it, Stevie.
Sorry, Jesus. No. You're okay. I mean, Cairn just need to hit back there. 5 points down now. They need to start attacking.
A bad poor free kick there, but Buncrana came McNulty, played it to Stephen McGonigal. He just wasn't expecting it, and now.
Keelan Kelly's in.
Keelan Kelly's in again. Danger man here for Carndonagh. He's charging. He's only one thing in his mind here, and he drills the ball over the bar. Could have went into the net as quick. Great response by Carndonagh.
Yeah, great run, great sideline ball from Cormac McGinn, straight to Keelan, and he did very well. Now Shagan Doherty's got the ball. Carndonagh on the burst again. Cormac McLaughlin played into Sean O'Carroll. Sean's trying to recycle the ball again. Plays the ball outside. Senan Grant. Senan's well able to take a score, but just the ball slipped out of his hands.
Long ball. Devin McCarran again. A young man. He's only 13 years of age, or 12. He's coming 13 this year, and he's playing his heart out there in the fence against bigger, stronger fellas, and he's doing well. Free kick now for Carndonagh on the right hand side of the midfield. 4-6 to 2-8 if you're just joining us here now in the superb game, superb advertisement for football here in Inishowen. Cairn have it again, half forward line in the centre. Laid out. Young O'Carroll has it again, number 3. He doesn't look like a number 3 the way he's playing here. Back to Cormac McLaughlin, he's driven and he's been called for steps.
Yeah, you can't argue. You just put the head down. Maybe once you put the ball under your under your arm, the referee's not going to give you any benefit of the doubt. He took too many steps there in the ref because a free out foot.
No, big Owen Doherty here. He's a savage kick out, but he plays it short this time into young McCarran. He needs support. And he's still taking his man on. He's only one thing in his mind, this young man, when he gets the ball, and that's going forward, regardless of the consequences. There he goes, drills it up forward. One there in front by Donald O'Brien. Plays it out. Billy Duffy, as you said, JJ, becoming more prominent in this half. Still getting well marshalled. Steps inside his man. And outside again, he is getting called for overcarrying. Just taking too much out of the ball, some of these lads. Ball played out to the left-hand side here. Cormac McLaughlin again, very prominent in the ball. Superb player. Playing with his head up, taking his man on. It's good defending from Davidson, but he's got past him. And the free's been given. Excellent by the young man from Cairn again.
Yeah, Cormac's been outstanding. He was unlucky there with overcarrying earlier, but definitely carrying the fight to Buncrana. He's doing really well, and sort of his man marking him had trying to keep the goals off. If Buncrana keep the goals away, they'll end up winning this game. So just making sure Cairn can't get through for any of those. So.
This is one of these that could drop short, and it is. Oh, and it says Cairn have it. And they've turned, and it's facing the goal now. Again, there's a blanket defence there by Buncrana. Men getting around the ball. Ball looks to be thrown there. It was thrown. Yeah, it's a brave distance from where we're standing here, but it looked to be thrown. And Sean McDade has given the free out to Buncrana. Owen Doherty's over the ball again here. The big goalkeeper from the parish. Brother Ryan, another prominent player of the club. Two lovely fellas. Big Owen steps over the ball now. And the referee's held up play here. Looks like there's going to be a substitution for the Carndonagh team.
Josh Clark is coming off and Shay McDade is coming on. Shay's a brother of Daniel who's playing fullback, and I think he's another under 12, and he's been a goal scorer as a late substitute a few times this year. So Karen maybe hoping for a bit of luck in the last few minutes from Shay. He's very fast.
See, young O'Carroll here is going into centre half forward, is he? He has Park McGonigal has the ball here from the kick out from Owen Doherty. He's under pressure, but he gets the ball off to Elliot Field. Elliot Field comes across the centre, plays the ball long out here towards again Billy Duffy, who is picking up a lot of ball this half. Stephen McGonigal ahead of him here, being held by his man Billy. Under rude pressure, great defending here by the Carndonagh, but he's deemed to foul again. He's under pressure from Billy. Billy's doing well, but there's not much between that contest, JJ.
No, two excellent young players in fairness, you know. But Billy has got the upper hand for the last 10 minutes. But Shagan probably held him for all of the first half, so it's probably even between the two of them over the course of the game.
Definitely, yeah. That's a good contest. They're just right beside us here in the commentary position, and it's a very good contest. Two excellent young players and playing the game the way it should be played. Dylan Mulholland driving through the middle. Oh, that's his second foul in a row now. He's shaking, but the ball's played quickly, and it's into Billy Duffy. Get his head up, or the head's down, and the ball's over the bar. Quick thinking by Dylan Mulholland there from that free kick by the young man. Puts 5 between the teams. 5 between the teams, and that's as much as it's been since the first half. Just had my eye off the contest there now. Cormac McLaughlin's on the ground. There's a bit of debate about what's going on. He seems to sore, the big man, but the way he's playing and the spirit he's playing in here, I don't think it'll be too long till he gets up again. Jamie's away in a run while Buncrana team's talking. He's running. That ball might just make it over the line. It's not going to make it. He's going to get it. Fair play to the big man. It's good pace. Showed a great pair of heels. Good tackle though by Elliot Field. And the ball's Buncrana's. Yeah, it came out of it was knocked out of the Cairn man's hand again. That's down to interpretation. Manus O'Donnell. And that's a boot as a man as Billy went down. Yeah, Billy went down in the ball, and the boot came in from young O'Carroll. He's Elliot, super ball, but makes it across the field at PJ Doherty. He's hungry for the ball all day, in fairness. The bounce beats him. A bit of dew in the grass here might be causing that to happen now as it gets a wee bit dark here. And the ball, it's getting a bit broken play now in this last 5 or 6, 7 minutes here between these two teams. But Donald O'Brien, Andrew Davidson here on the ball. Great turn by young Davidson. Ball comes inside again to Billy Duffy. Billy Duffy's driving forward, lays the ball out. Stephen McGonigal. It's not going to make it go a point, but it's there, and it's in the back of the net. Another fortunate goal, but it was well claimed there, full forward. It was a shot that came short off young Stephen McGonigal, and it was claimed inside there.
Jack Kilfoyle again, I think.
It looked like Jack Kilfoyle. That's his second today, I believe. It's poached today, and that's one in the back. I thought the free's been given. Yeah, it's one in the back, and it has been. Sean's changed his mind there. It's been given up to Buncrana there now. Yeah, we've roughly here, I think I make it 6 minutes here. Donald O'Brien got prominent in the last plays, 2 plays that resulted in scores, both from Grunners driving through the middle. And he's taking a point here now again. Buncrana just in the last 5 minutes have turned the screw here. And the big players for Carndonagh possibly tiring a wee bit because they've put in a savage shift. And I suppose at this stage, JJ, you're going to need them men to show again to get Cairn back into this game. They're a few scores down now, and the kick-out's going astray, but again, his broken play in the centre of the field and gives Cairn a platform to attack here again.
Yeah, I mean, Cairn they just need to get the ball up the field. They're doing well, but they need to just move the ball forward. They're on attack now. Cormac McLaughlin running through. A great break. Conor McCluskey's in.
2 bounces.
2 bounces, unlucky. Unlucky 2 bounces, and that's I mean, Cairn do need. I mean, what, they're behind by 8 now, is it?
I think it's 9 points. There's 3 goals in it. It's 5-8 to 2-8 to Buncrana here. Sorry, 5-8. What is it? No. 5-8 to 2-8. We make it here in the sideline. So that was a free out there. And another super long, and a feature of this game is the kickouts from Owen Doherty from reaching nearly the half forward line here for Buncrana. Superb kicking by the big fella from Linsford. PJ Doherty. I like the cut of PJ here. He's just his commentator's curse. I like the cut of him, and that's his first Bad pass of the day. We're a bit dithering here in the ball again. Buncrana need to move this ball the way they've been moving it in the last 5 minutes to get it out of that there. And back we turn into traffic, but it's a strong run here by Andrew Davidson. Father Andrew, Malin man originally. And daughter, son of Sonia Cutliff, playing well in this last 10 minutes again. But again, this Cairn defence have turned the ball over. The Cairn goalkeeper, Calvin McLaughlin, isn't it? Calvin McLaughlin, superb under 12 player, is out the field for them here now to try and rescue this game for Carndonagh. They're 9 behind here. I make it 11, 20 gone, so 3 or 4 minutes, but anything's possible at this age group. And a super ball in by the young man, by young McLaughlin. It has Calvin McLaughlin in and he drives it. He drives it wide, I think it is. He's unfortunate, he drives it wide. There's a man down here between the 45 and the 21 for Buncrana. I can't just see who it is at the minute. I think it might be Donald O'Brien, is it? Buncrana could do with him in this last five or so minutes with 11:50 here gone here now in this last quarter. It's Andrew Davidson, we believe, that's down here, I think. Again, it's getting dark here and it's hard to see now. But
in fairness, young Davidson has been fantastic for the whole game. In fairness, he just made another burst there. He must be wrecked after it, so he felt like a lie down for a couple of minutes before getting on in the game. But he has been excellent for the whole game. Karen hasn't been able to handle him for the most part.
He's coming charging again. You're just on cue, JG. He's just charged here down here from picking himself off the ground here to drive forward again. And a super ball by Stephen McGonigal and it's into the arms. He's just dropped it now, but he's retained it. The strength of Donald O'Brien showing there. Can he get by his man? He's trying, he's in. And the ball's in the net again. He went out of the game there for 10 or 15 minutes. But when he is in the game, he's next to impossible to handle Donald O'Brien there. Charging forward there again. He's charging forward there again. He's hard to stop, the big strong man, super pace. And it's going to be hard to see how Cairn can get back from this here now. They're 4 goals down with, I make it 2 minutes of normal time here to play in the second half. And Buncrana looking to make a substitution here. Or attention being called here by the linesman by Clint Marin to Sean McDade, the referee. His attention being drawn to something. I'm not sure what this could be. JJ's hard to see how Cairn can come back here at this stage. They've fought valiantly. The game was in the melting pot there up until the last 5-7 minutes, I thought, and it just seems that it was Buncrana's purple patch and they've come through it.
In fairness, Buncrana, Andrew Davidson at number 6 and Donald Logue at number 9 have really stepped it up in the last 5 minutes. In fairness, I think Donald's got 2 of the goals running again.
Another superb block in the Cairn defence, and they have retained possession. Another turnover there. Excellent bit of defending from Cairn. Out to come again. Young O'Carroll has it here now in the half-back line. It's played out to the right-hand side here. Down to go down this right wing again, where a lot of their attacks have yielded good results earlier on now. Can they respond to this Buncrana salvo in this last 7-10 minutes? Ball's broken there in defence. It's cleaned up there at the back by Buncrana. And another free kick out from Buncrana. Just a slip and a high tackle at the same time, I suppose. Buncrana man down. Substitution being made here by Buncrana, number 15. Number 15 is Jack Guilfoyle going off the pitch here, and coming in his place is, we just can't see his number here at the minute. Conor Owens-Donaghy coming in here. It's great to see this young man's played a good few of the games up to here now. He's only new again, coming up from down the country, so it's great to see him in here. Just come back into the squad there recently, Conor, so it's good to see him back playing. Ball played out here now. Again, Andrew Davison, as JJ rightly says, has been very prominent here in the last 15 minutes. Ball played from Shea Coyle. There's a late slap on him there now, and the game has been played in great spirit up till now. Probably a wee bit of frustration there been shown by the Cairn team, but they've nothing to be ashamed of in the performance that they've put in today here. It's just a matter of inches that have made a difference in this game, and I suppose that wee bit of, I have to say, that bit of quality from Donald Logue, and as you said, Andrew Davison there in the middle of the field. It has been matched by Sean O'Carroll. I felt Cormac McLaughlin and the young lad up there, number 10, JJ, up forward for Carndonagh as well. superb performances by those young men, in particular for Carndonagh and the fullback.
Yeah, no, I mean, Cairn, they played very well. They probably just didn't take the opportunities in the second half that they needed to get ahead or to get close to ahead whenever they were back within a point. They needed the next score. Fairness to Buncrana scored the next point, then a goal shortly after that, and that changed in the side of the game. If Cairn had to go back to level or even had to taken a goal opportunity and moved ahead, it might have been a whole different story. But to be fair, I think the two best players in the pitch are Buncrana number 6, number 9, so they've helped change the game and just take the game away from Cairn, you know.
Not much between these sides, and that's underage football. You know, a score here and a score there, and the momentum swings from one way to the next, and it can make an awful difference in a short period of time. There isn't much between these two teams, and as I said, Cairn can hold their heads up high in relation to the performance here today. It's been superb. There's Cal McLaughlin, the goalkeeper. Brilliant player for Carndonagh, out there doing his bit there now out the field as well. And Cairn are on the attack. Let's even muster a few scores before the end of this game. And that's it. Sean McDade calls a full-time whistle here. A superb contest by both teams, played in a great spirit. Carndonagh just came up a wee bit short. JJ said maybe didn't take the scoring opportunities when they were inside as well as Buncrana did. And it's finished here at Carrick Park, 6-8 to 2-8. 4 goals the difference, and 4 goals are big scores, and any goals are big scores at this age group. Like I said, Carndonagh should hold their heads up high. It's been a superb contest. It just went away from them the last 10-12 minutes. JJ, up to that there, it was anybody's game.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, Cairn would have been happy enough to get back within a point, playing down the hill and doing very, very well. Within the last 15 minutes of the game, you know, they wouldn't have been unhappy with where they were, but they just need to take those opportunities. But in fairness to Buncrana just finished the game stronger than Cairn did. You know, Cairn must have, you know, obviously wasted more energy or used more energy in getting back to within the point. You know, and they probably just needed, a couple of Buncrana's goals later on were of the softish variety. You know, I mean, a couple others were fantastic, but you know, if Cairn had got that bit of luck and got a lucky goal, it might have changed the whole thing. But to be fair, you can't argue. Cairn played very well. They were very unlucky. I mean, they are a young team, you know. I mean, a lot of that team are under 13, you know, and will be under 14 again next year. Probably, I would say, about 7 or 8 of the starting team will be underage again next year. So that, you know, that'll stand to them next year. They know exactly what they have to do. And again, they would have won under 12 in Inishowen last year. So again, those players obviously are just as good and have trained on this year that they're contesting under 14 final. You know, so I mean, but there's no argument. Buncrana over the course of 60 minutes were the better team.
Well said, JJ, and I have to agree with every sentiment you said there. The superb performances, and the fact that the majority or half that team is underage next year is testament to their character, the way they performed there for the majority of that game. And as I said earlier, they should hold their heads up high, and it's a credit to Christy McDade there, the young man. I believe he's just out of minor. If he is just out of minor, a credit to him and what he's done with this team. And he'd be disappointed, but he should be very proud of his charges today. He should be very proud of their performance and proud of himself in the manner. And the Cairn club are very lucky to have him around the club. And it's great to see a young man looking after the team. As we just await the presentation here now to the Buncrana successful Buncrana team, under 14 winning team here. Manager Marty Coyler, didn't mention Marty earlier, assisted there by Paul McGonigal, Aidan Mulholland, Shane McDade down through the years, Jamie Friel, Leo Gill there this year as well. Was been there with these boys, Leo and Aidan, since they were under 8, I suppose, and it's testament to the work that these fellas have put in over the years too, that Buncrana are lifting this cup here today. Might go down. Q, do you want to go down to the presentation on camera? Q? Can we go down the microphone, no? You can go down a bit further. Go down over to the thing. I can't go to them. No. Call anybody. If you want to do an update. JJ, I'm going to go to these boys. So we'll pick them up. It's live now. Hello, fellas. Tony, is it?
Tony and John, yeah.
Tony and John, how are you doing?
Not too bad.
There's Tony and John McGeady here representing the McGeady family here, about to make the presentation to the Buncrana captain and what's been a man of match for. the man of the match, which has been a superb contest between both these teams, and the crowd rightly gives a great round of applause for both teams, and an excellent display of football and heart from both squads. And I'm told we're going to be presented with the man of the match award here by John here, so we'll just see what John has to say in relation to it.
Hello, I'd like to thank both teams for having a great game. It was really competitive, and it was only a kick of ball at the end of it, and fair play to both teams. And I'd like to give the man of the match firstly to number 6, Andrew Davidson.
As JJ rightly pointed out, Andrew Davison was very prominent there in particularly the last 20 minutes, driving forward and involved in a lot of good play there by Buncrana. That's John McGeady and Tony on the other side here, and on the right hand side now is we watch of Andrew Davidson, your man of the match in the Joe McGeady Cup final.
I'm just going to present my father's cup on behalf of the club and Inishowen board to Donald Logue O'Brien, Buncrana manager, or Buncrana captain, sorry.
No cursing.
I'd like to thank Moville and the Inishowen board and the match officials and Marty, Paul, Aidan, Leo, Shane and my team. And thanks to Karen for playing us. Hooray. Hooray. Hooray.
It's Donald Logue, and he continues in that vein. I can see Donald Logue making more speeches in the coming years as Buncrana celebrate. And it's been a while since Buncrana won this cup, so it's testament to the work that these managers and all have put in. Want a word with Marty? We're going to have a quick word here with some of the management team here for Buncrana. The Mayor Fernia here for Buncrana, Shane McDade, is going to join us here. Well, Shane, congratulations first and foremost on a super performance there. What was the difference at the end, Shane?
They kept going at the end there. You seen them was nip and tuck for the first sort of 3 quarters there. That last 15 they really pulled away. And when we told them to identify the space out here instead of trying to keep going up the one channel. And you seen them, they identified it and they went down, and it led to goals, it led to points, and that's what just pulled them away in the end of it.
A couple of superb performances, and no man in the match was given down to Davidson. There's no question of his value in particularly there in the last 20 minutes. Who else do you feel in this Buncrana team stepped up today and played well?
Well, I think you've seen Paul McGonagall at the back there, cleaned up very well. Donald Logue dominated his man in the middle of the park there. Got away, he just couldn't keep pace with him. Andrew Davison, as you mentioned, you had Jack Guilfoyle up front, scored 2 goals. Dylan Mulholland put on a very good shift there this evening as well. And it was an all-round good team performance.
And Carndonagh, you have to give Carndonagh credit to Shane in the manner that they performed. It was a good, hard, physical, spirited game. I don't think there was much in between the two teams in the last 10 minutes. Buncrana just happened to hit that purple patch and pull away a bit.
Well, I was sort of disappointed. We played this team in a pre-season friendly, and they sort of come with the same, this defensive outlook, and we passed the ball better and moved better. And I felt that if we'd have done that from the start today, we'd have seen an even bigger score. But as you say, they were very physical, very tough. There was no sort of quarters given in there. There was a lot of nip and tuck. You know, it was very heavy tackling at times.
They were hard to break down.
Yeah.
The defence was very strong there, particularly I felt in the first half. But again, congratulations, Shane. It's been a while since Buncrana visited the Joe McGeady Cup, so congratulations again.
Thanks.
And look forward to seeing you next year in the under 16s.
And well, hopefully we get the county now after this as well. So
all the best. Good luck. Well, that's it from Carrick Park here today. The final word from Stephen McNulty. I want to thank JJ here for co-commentating. We tried to be unbiased as best we could. Our hearts and our heads were ruling different times, but I hope you enjoyed it. It was a rip-roaring contest, and I'm looking forward to watching these two teams again in the future. JJ at under 16 level.
I know, like you say, Stephen, the two teams were fairly evenly matched. Buncrana just had a bit too much quality in the end. The big strong runners just broke through in the end. And Carn, again, if they had taken their chances early in the second half, it might have changed. Goals and scores change games or change the way games are played. So, if they played again, Carn would be confident of getting a little bit closer. But like you say, somewhere down the line, I'm sure they'll meet again.
And that's it from Carrick Park. And I thank you, Quirk, and Michelle McKenna here, and Sean Quirk, and Keelan, and young Shane Friel as well, for helping out through the course of today here at Carrick Park and earlier on in Park Scarvey and Buncrana. Thanks very much, folks, and all the best. Bye-bye.
They may talk about Atlantis, how it's lost beneath the sea, and the grave of the unknown soldier, or a cry of the owl banshee. Who was the man in the iron mask? Was Jack the Ripper set free? But ask them all, where's Donegal? It's still a mystery. 'Cause if I could, I'd build a wall around old Donegal. The north to south, I'd keep them out. By God, I'd build it tall. You see those chicken ranches, I'd legalize them all. We'd have our own Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Help you, boy! Play-by clubs, all-night clubs, blackjack and roulette. Neil Blaney, Bridget Nielsen, Mike Tyson having half bet. And Inishowen, it could be known for its multi-millionaires. And Donald Trump would like a chunk to live in solitaire. 'Cause if I could, I'd build a wall around old Donegal. The north and south, I'd keep them out. By God, I'd build it tall. You see those chicken ranches, I'd legalize them all. We'd have our own Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Let's keep those hands up. You stand on top of a vehicle would give me such a thrill. And hear them say in Dublin, there's gold in them there hills. And don't despair, 'cause if you dare, the answer lies with me. There's a wall that's deep and it's going cheap somewhere in Germany. 'Cause if I could, I'd build a wall around old Donegal. The north to south, I'd keep them out. By God, I'd build it tall. You see those chicken ranches, I'd legalize them all. We'd have our own Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Here's the band. Happener Friday. Come on, George. Let's keep those hands up. You stand on top of a vehicle would give me such a thrill. And hear them say in Dublin, there's gold in them there hills. And don't despair, 'cause if you dare, the answer lies with me. There's a wall that's deep and it's going cheap somewhere in Germany. 'Cause if I could, I'd build a wall around old Donegal. The north to south, I'd keep them out. By God, I'd build it tall. You see those chicken ranches, I'd legalize them all. We'd have our own Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal.